Donald Trump puts America first over the Paris Climate Agreement. I'm Brian Lilley with the Rebel.media. He was quite clear on why he was withdrawing the United States from the Paris Climate Change Agreement. Donald Trump says it's a bad deal for the United States.
As someone who cares deeply about the environment, which I do, I cannot in good conscience support a deal that punishes the United States, which is what it does.
Now imagine that, a world leader putting their own country and their national interest ahead of some ephemeral globalization scheme. And make no mistake about it, the Paris Climate Accord, like all of its predecessors, is a whole scheme about globalization. Even the people that back it will tell you that. Trump said that doesn't mean he won't take another deal. He's open to renegotiating if the deal's good for the Americans.
I'm willing to immediately work with Democratic leaders to either negotiate our way back into Paris under the terms that are fair to the United States and its workers, or to negotiate a new deal that protects our country and its taxpayers.
That kind of renegotiation is unlikely to happen. Why? Well, because other world leaders don't want to go back to the drawing board. One of the first governments to react to Trump's announcement was the Canadian government. Environment Minister Catherine McKenna not only saying that she and her counterparts don't want to reopen the deal, she also lectured Trump on leaving the Paris Accord and then told him what his country and his people really want when it comes to climate.
I've seen in the United States that businesses support the Paris Agreement and climate action, that states support it, that cities support it, and everyone's moving forward in the United States and around the world. It's unfortunate that the U.S. administration says they're pulling out of the Paris Agreement, but you can't stop progress.
Now, while that may sound arrogant, it pales in comparison to the vitriol that Trump is getting in certain parts of Europe, including in Germany, where this headline went out. Yeah, that's right. They're swearing at Trump in English, words that we can't even really say, can we? But over in France, different reaction. Emmanuel Macron, the newly elected French president, wants to try and use some of Trump's own language. He wants to try and get people who are committed to climate change in the United States to move to France even.
To all scientists, engineers, entrepreneurs, responsible citizens who were disappointed by the decision of the President of the United States, I want to say that they will find in France a second homeland. I call on them, come and work here with us, to work together on concrete solutions for our climate.
I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. Americans love to vacation in Paris. Do they really want to go and live there? That's another story. But check out Macron's ending.
Make our planet great again.
He's been using that meme, that make our planet great again, for the last little while now. The United States is going to stand alone on this. They know that the Russians aren't really implementing this deal. They know that China continues to build coal plant after coal plant, and they don't have to do anything serious about carbon dioxide emissions for decades still, not until at least 2030, if not past that. And India, they're not doing anything either. What Donald Trump has done with this move is say, the United States will no longer handcuff itself, no longer hinder its own economy, while the rest of the world continues to go about doing what the United States was saying they couldn't do, emitting carbon dioxide. Sure, maybe the biggest threat to the coal industry right now isn't from regulations, it's from the cheap price of natural gas due to fracking, but still, he is unshackling the coal industry and will likely find that it will bring back jobs. It will defy the critics. It will help the American economy go forward. And when you have a job, that's great. But if you don't have a job, how much do you care about the environment compared to feeding your family? That's what Donald Trump gets that the naysayers coming out against him don't get. Most American people would rather have a job and then worry about the environment rather than worry about the environment at the cost of their own jobs. If you like the Rebel video you just watched, make sure you never miss another one again. Click here to subscribe.